Welcome to another version of On the Road with WHCA. I'm your host, Kevin Tocci. We're here at another new establishment here in the town of Whitman called the New York Bread Company Pizza and Subs. I'm going to go inside and say hello to Bill and some of the fine folks that work here. Come on inside. Join us. Welcome to another version of On the Road with Whitman-Hanson Community Access. I'll be your host for the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, who knows. We're here at one of the newest establishments in the town of Whitman called the New York Bread Company. Been in business here for 5 months, but doesn't mean that they haven't been in business for a long time, 30 years in the making. I have sitting here with me is the proprietor, Bill, of the New York Bread Company. Good afternoon, how are you?
Good
Bill?
afternoon, I'm fine, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your establishment here on South Avenue called the New York Bread Company.
Well, we cook here in-house. Most of the recipes are made here.
Yep.
Now, we try not to use any frozen food, any processed food. Chicken is fresh, burgers the best in town,
Yep.
what I can say. All ground beef, that's 5% fat. And we're trying to keep it gourmet as possible.
Okay. Did the concept originally start in New York? Where does the concept of the New York Bread Company come from?
This in particular concept started here in Whitman, Mass. That was a new idea that I had in mind, and I started here.
Okay. Does it involve bread? I mean, is that the concept, as far as if we would look at your menu, is it fresh breads? Is it a full gourmet that you would see in most stores? What makes your particular establishment different above all from everybody else?
Well, we do some bagels, not in this in particular establishment. We do New York style bagels. We have another location right here in Whitman also, and gourmet coffees and all that good stuff. In here, I had plans to do this next door and connect these two places, but it didn't happen. So I'm looking to expand myself on the bagels and breads and all the gourmet stuff. That is. We don't use any chemicals, we don't use any preservatives, anything that is bad for your health.
Where did you, what 30 years ago made you say, I want to be, a guy who is behind the counter making good food and serving the public? What was the incarnation to you getting involved with a place like the New York Bread Company?
Well, I had passion to cook all my life. Watching my mother, my grandmother, I've always liked it. And I was trying to learn, and I did. And I started my first restaurant in Greece, 1982.
Wow.
I was young for that. And I did pretty well. I had sold this business, I opened another one, and a little more successful than the first one, and I was trying to keep learning and learning.
With the first one, what did you do with the first restaurant? What was the concept of your first restaurant, and how has that evolved over the years?
The first restaurant were souvlaki. That's the Greek national food. On the pita, the gyro. They call it gyro here,
okay.
Gyro. So French fries and a couple of salads. That's it. That was the only thing I had there, and I was busy.
What led you to want to come here to America and open a restaurant and share with the things that you made?
Well, when I moved here, the reason why is because I want to come here and continue my studies. I went to school for management, business management. I didn't finish here. I went back to England and finished there. I went to school for cooking, baking, in Europe also. And then I came back in '91 and I start doing my restaurant business here. So I had opened a few restaurants here that were very successful, and I concentrate more to healthy food instead giving selling not a good food for people's health.
So you're a bit of a world traveler, so to speak, not only from Greece, but you said you've been in Europe and you did baking, and then back here to America. What are some of the things that you have as far as specialties that maybe we can see firsthand you prepare?
Chicken. Chicken is my best. That was my second restaurant. When I opened the second restaurant, I created a recipe that has been my secret recipe all these years, and been very successful in the chicken part. And I'm trying to create new things every day. Every single day, I'm coming up with something. And people like
with chicken or
chicken,
just okay.
Chicken, mostly chicken. That's what I like.
What is it about chicken that you like working with and like specializing in?
Chicken is healthy, as we all know. The other thing is, these people need somebody who knows about chicken to prep the right way and keep people, safe. And taste-wise, you can work and make millions of different recipes, only chicken. And that's my, I'm focusing there right now on chicken and chicken.
And you said you have a secret recipe.
Yes, I do.
Now, is this something that's been passed down over the years, or is this something that that was passed on to you and you've liked so much that you're like, this is it?
That was my baby. I create this. I was experimenting on chicken, making a couple of recipes I didn't like, trying to improve it and improve it and improve it, and I came out to the point that this is the perfect taste, and I liked it.
Okay. Now, is there now you're here in Whitman? Is there a possibility of you expanding beyond here in Whitman? Maybe we may see a couple of different locations around Massachusetts and beyond.
Definitely. Actually, right now, as we speak, my attorney and the landlord's attorneys, two different locations that I'm negotiating right now here in Massachusetts. And like I said, I'm trying to expand.
You become like a small healthy chain store that specializes in
Exactly.
chicken and.
Exactly.
Okay. What are some of the things we're going to go out back and you're going to make? What are you going to show us today?
I'd like to show you. I like to make a calzone, either spinach calzone or chicken calzone. Couple of wraps with chicken. Always chicken. Chicken, chicken, chicken.
Is your middle name Chicken?
Excuse me?
Is your middle name Chicken?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
That's my nickname.
Okay. Really? Okay. Well, it's nice to see someone kind of stick to one thing. You see restaurants where they come out and they specialize in one thing,
Exactly.
and they're very good at that, and then success leads them to want to try to do other things, and henceforth they kind of forget what took them to where they are. So it's refreshing to see someone working with one particular thing, specializing with it, and utilizing it to its fullest.
Exactly. Well, I'm trying to focus in on chicken, and I want to stick there and create more recipes on chicken the whole time. Because if I stop thinking about chicken, okay, I create a few recipes, but I don't think it's enough.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I jump from one product to another product, that will distract me from what I was doing before. So I'd rather be, I'd rather specialize on one in particular product that I like, chicken, and be the best there. Because you can't be best on everything.
Who are any key people you want to kind of include as far as that have been key to your success and being part of either here in Whitman or looking to expand?
Well, the key of success, and especially in the restaurant business, is service, and you have to like to deal with the public. The customers here in any other store I had in my life, they love me. I mean, I love the customers too, not as a customers. I respect the people that they go out and they trust me to cook for them. So that's my passion.
Excellent. Well, do you want to head out back and prepare a couple of things?
I'm ready.
You ready? We're going to head out back. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
Okay. So this is one of the salads that we're prepping for chicken. And we always have things done, cut, nice and fresh.
You have a special way of doing a salad? I know everybody has a particular way of doing it. Is there a special way of doing your salads?
I never pre-made salads. I make the salads when the customer wanted the salad.
So I'm not going to come in here and find one sitting in the fridge frozen. No. It's going to be, you're going to make it right now.
Never.
Sounds
Never.
cool.
So I'll add some feta cheese. That's a Greek product here. And we're gonna prep some chicken. We always keep the salad close.
Okay.
We're gonna prep some chicken on the grill.
We actually have Chuck here. Chuck is going to be kind of our color commentary. Chuck, if you want to make sure you're in the way in where you can see what's going on. They don't need to see my handsome face. They need to hear your voice as you speak.
Now, what he's doing here is we keep our grill at a certain temperature that we like to keep make sure our chicken and all of our meats are prepped and cooked at the right speed. He puts it on. We use our griddle here to take a little bit of the oil off, get it started cooking, and then we go over to our griddle, which gives it our flavor and really kind of gives it its own character. And all of our chickens and our meats and our steak tips are with our own secret marinade. Nobody else has it.
Yeah, Bill's explain that.
It's one of our bigger draws. It is one of the big things that we get is a lot of people coming in loving the flavor of the chicken and their tips and everything, and it being moist and flavorful and retaining all the juices. So it's a little bit of our secret, but we enjoy it, because people seem to enjoy it. And we see the smiles on their faces after they try the food, and that's one of the big things. Now he's moving it over to our grill there, and it'll give it the lines and give it the texture and the flavor of that outdoor, cookout kind of flavor to the meats. Almost like you're out in your backyard on your grill cooking things up. It gives it that nice, good flavor on it. So we use our griddle just to take a little bit of the oil off and get it started, and then we go to the grill, which gives it the majority of the flavor in the cooking process.
Now, did I see a little bit of a flame? Is there an actual flame in there? Or?
This is an open flame grill that we use there. It is just the same as what you would use at home. There's open flame, so we have to watch and make sure. That's one of the reasons why we burn the oil off, so that we don't get the big high flames going in and smoking our customers out of here, because we don't want all the smoke everywhere. So it's, as you see, it makes nice even grill marks across the chicken. It gives it a little texture, gives it a little character, and kind of helps separate our food from some of the other places you may go to.
Okay. Now, how long will we cook this particular the chicken for?
The chicken roughly takes about 7 minutes to 10 minutes. We make sure that it's cooked all the way through. Yep. But the chicken, being one of the things that you really have to pay attention to. We don't want any raw chicken going out or anybody getting sick, so we are very, very particular on that, and we watch that very closely. So roughly 7 to 10 minutes, give or take a minute or two, depending on how much we have on there, to give it the good flavor, make sure that it's got the good grill marks on there, that give it that character that kind of sets it apart from most other places you go.
Do you have to worry about it? Is there a point where you can overcook it or it can dry out?
Very much so. One of the things that you really have to pay attention to is not leaving it too long on there, because it will dry the chicken out. We do marinate it long enough to where it has it gives us a little space there that we can play with a little bit. We're very particular about that. We don't want our chicken sitting on the grill too long, and on the grill too long, and we don't want it coming back over to the griddle and sitting there too long, because that will dry it out also. Sitting over here, not with the juices. We also marinate it once it comes back off. We keep our secret spices and juices, and we keep them in our bottles, and we marinate it again. once it is over to the side before it goes on the actual salad, the actual dinner, the actual wrap. We use all of this chicken that you see here for all of our, both our salads, our wraps, our subs, our chicken. We use the same chicken, only breaded for our chicken tenders, our parms, and such as that. We make sure that we use the fresh chicken. We don't want any of the frozen things and things. That really takes away a lot from the flavor, and it's not your own real recipe. You're getting somebody else's spices and the way they want it done when you get to frozen. So we like to do it our own way and our own self.
Now, is there a certain amount of time that you like to have your chicken marinate? Do you let it marinate more than 24 hours? Is there a length of time where it could over marinate? Is there such thing?
To my knowledge, I've never heard of it being over marinated. That's always, the longer you marinate it, the better and the more juicy and the more that it's going to absorb the flavors. We do like to keep it marinated at least 24 hours. Sometimes with the quantities that we move out of here, it won't allow us to keep a full 24 hours marinated on it, but that's very seldom. We normally have it prepped ahead enough to where we have it marinating for at least 24 hours. Ideal time that we would like is for all of our chicken to marinate at least 48 to 36 hours. So,
what's he doing now?
Now he's got the flavor from the grill. He's going to be bringing it over. He will actually cut the chicken for whatever type of product that we're giving for our salads and for our dinners. We normally cut it in strips like that so that you have a little bit longer strips. And then he will use our juices to re-marinate it and kind of give it that little bit more of a color. Little extra flavor in there. For our wraps, he would take and cut it in cubes, and so it's a little more bite-sized. You're not having to bite into a piece of chicken and try to break it yourself. It's set and ready for you, and just ready for you to enjoy without having to work to eat. That's one of the main things. We want you to enjoy it, not have to work to eat the food.
What's it like working with Bill? Talk to us about your work relationship with Bill and some of the things that you guys have been doing here.
Very good work relationship. I'm his manager here, but he looks at me as a partner, and he treats me as a partner. It's a very much we like to keep, and we want to strive for that family type atmosphere, both with our workers, and that also pass on to the customers as they come in. When they come in, we want them to feel at home and feel like that, almost like they're going into their own house after a day of work and getting a good home cooked meal. That's the way we want things to come across to them. We want them to come across as they're coming at home, sitting down at their own kitchen table and enjoying our food with, understanding and feeling and tasting the time and the effort and the care that we want to put into our food. We want to put care into it so that you can taste that this was something done with, not just to be cooking and not just as a job. It's something that we love to do and something that we enjoy to do.
Now he's already looks like it's laying on a bed of white rice.
A bed of white rice. This is one of our chicken dinners. It also comes with a side salad. You get garlic bread with all of our dinners. This is a grilled chicken salad. They all come with a nice portions of chicken. I haven't found myself, and I've looked around too many places that you get the same proportion of chicken and the same proportion of meat that we put. We give we make sure you're full when you get through eating.
It looks that way, and it definitely has a healthy portion of chicken that I myself, not just because I'm standing here in front of you, but you go to some places and you may get maybe 4 or 5 pieces. It looks like it's something that was sitting in the refrigerator, was pulled out, warmed up for a few minutes, and then popped on top. This looks like not only a healthy piece, but it looks like that a little TLC went into this chicken before it was put on top of the fresh salad.
We want you to feel as if you're coming into a gourmet restaurant, but not have to spend the money, the high dollar in prices that you would at a gourmet restaurant, and not have to spend the time of waiting 30 minutes or 45 minutes, an hour while you're sitting down at the table waiting on your food. And we want you to be able to come in and get quick service, but yet still get that gourmet flavor, that high-end restaurant feel to the food. The presentation, everything looking nice when it comes out to you. Have it looking to where you almost looks too good to eat because you don't want to mess it up, but yet you dive into it and you enjoy it, and then you don't care about it, whether you mess it up because the food's so good.
Excellent. What do we want to do next?
what we want to do next. What we can do is calzone, spinach calzone,
Okay.
the way I do.
Now you tell this guy to open up a little bit because he's not really saying a whole heck of a lot here. I would say you're a great job as far as giving us kind of a what's going on. And I see why you chose a guy like Chuck to more or less represent one of your restaurants.
Exactly. Well, having Chuck here, I feel like when I'm not here, I feel like I'm here, and he's caring about everything, keeps everything clean, healthy, and he believes the way he does. So that's the biggest point for me.
That's a key.
Yeah. So, and anytime he makes something, he wants to make it look good, and it is good.
It's almost like maybe you should enter him in one of those. What's one of those Food Network things? To have put him up against some of the best in the world. So it's like maybe one of these days we can see you two gentlemen competing from the town of Whitman.
Let's do it.
There we go.
Excellent. All right. Well, we're gonna. You know what? Why don't we step away for half a second? When we come back, we're gonna talk about calzones. Don't go far. Down just a couple of feet, and we're kind of in the prep area, getting ready to make a spinach calzone. And we're going to go with, I like the theme we had earlier. We got Chuck is doing the color commentary as far as Bill putting together one of these fine calzones. What do we have here for a mixture, Bill?
We got spinach, onions, feta, and some herbs that I cannot say.
These are secret herbs.
Yes, exactly. And we mix it very well.
Okay.
We pre-warm it up this on the grill. So what we do is we stuff the mix here on the calzone. That's a small calzone, by the way. It's not the large one.
Yep.
Large is about 2.5 times as big as this one.
Okay.
So what else I do? I put some pizza cheese.
Yeah. Do your thing. We'll follow you.
Okay.
And I got Chuck over here to kind of give us a blow by blow as you're
All right.
putting this together.
Along with the spinach and mix that we put in our spinach calzones being our own special recipe, our dough is also different than any you'll find around. We have our own recipe that we do for that. It is different than any other dough that you'll find being made around, and that has a lot to do with the flavor of both our calzones and our pizzas. And I have to say, I was never a big spinach eater until I tried his spinach, both in his spinach pie and his calzones. I'm in love with it now. The spinach is unbelievable, and I've never been a spinach eater since the time I was a kid. So this really changed my outlook on the way spinach can taste, the flavor of it, that it brings out, and the way that it kind of explodes in your mouth when you bite into it.
Ready to go in the
Okay.
oven.
Now I saw you placed you did some slices, and is this cheese going to more or less kind of settle over the top of those openings?
What the pizza cheese does is it keeps the dough moist and away from burning, and it gives more flavor, of course, and it's rich taste. A spinach calzone.
What is so special about your particular type of dough? Chuck was saying that your dough is different than most other restaurants.
Well, the way I do the dough is I had a guy showing me that was 82 years old actually, and being a baker for 60-some years, 64 years. And the special of my dough is that it has special taste. I cannot say what's in it, but you know, I use everything that everybody else uses, but it's the mix, the way you do it, and a couple other things that I use on my dough, and it stays fresh the whole time.
Okay. Now, we'll have Chuck move out of the way so you can move that in there. What's going to happen next here, Chuck?
No, he's going to put this in here. The slices also on the top are also to make sure that the inside, the spinach, doesn't overcook while it is going through the oven, while the bread in the dough is taking its time to rise and brown and get it that nice, good golden brown color and the cheese melting. The slices on the top that you were referring to also allow it to, a little bit of the steam and the heat to escape. It helps some of the melting of the cheese, but it also keeps both the spinach and the onions and any of the other ingredients that we use in any of our calzones from overcooking.
gentlemen, what do we have here for an oven? What's the type of oven this is that we're using?
This is a conveyor oven, and what this oven does is first it bakes the perfect way
Yep.
that I like, and the other thing is you can control this oven by me. Only one person can do prep pizzas. Put them here on the beginning and have time to go out the other side, and the pizzas are ready to cut in slices and put in the pizza box.
It looks like you got multi-tiers. Well, you could have multiple. You could have a regular
Yeah.
a line of things going in and out here, so to speak, and a regular production line, as
Well,
you would
yeah.
say.
Weekends are very busy days, so we need to have these 2 ovens here, and sometimes it's not enough. So we have to go through both of the ovens being on the whole day. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we keep this on the whole day.
What's the length of time from point of entry to the point that it will leave the other side?
7 minutes and 29 seconds
Wow.
for this oven up here. The other one is a little adjusted differently because
I was going to ask that if you had maybe different temperature
Yeah,
settings,
yeah.
depending on what you're going to be putting through. Like, would pizzas be different from calzones?
well, pizzas that they have 1 or 2 toppings,
Yep.
it needs less time. Say I have a special pizza which is full of ingredients and products like spinach, broccoli,
Yep.
pepperoni, all these meats and all that stuff. So you need more time, and you make sure that everything inside is good.
Okay.
Bill is the master of cutting, so I'm going to allow him to cut this the proper way. Cut our calzone so that the slices
So-
are all come very similar to a pizza slice in the same shape, and also it's very.
It's almost as though it's a mini pizza sandwich, so to speak. I've never seen it cut that way. What? Where did you? Is that a secret too? Where you?
No, not really.
I like that because it's unique. You don't have to worry about breaking it in half.
Exactly.
Have your customers said anything regarding your particular style of cutting it up?
Actually, they love this way because if you cut these squares or spinach or whatever is soft like spinach,
Yep.
it's gonna fall off, and pretty much they're gonna be eating the dough and then whatever is the stuffing inside. So this way you prevent all this mess, and you keep it as
And it's all nice and contained as
Yes.
as you can see. Wow. It looks so good you can almost eat it.
well. I guess you will.
What do you think? Should we try it? I think we're gonna try it.
You're dipping that into our own blend and own recipe of our marinara sauce. We do marinate all of our marinara sauce our own way.
Don't worry.
We keep it the same way, very consistent, and we try to make it to where it's bold yet flavorful, but not overpowering. It's just the right mixture, so that when you're dipping it, you're either dipping it or it's on your pizza, it comes out with the same flavor and the same type of consistency and texture.
I agree. Another great episode with Bill and Chuck. Come on down to the New York Bread Company Pizza and Subs right here on what number South Ave?
372 South Avenue.
Come on down today. Enjoy.